Canada and UK are the only two countries where e-visa potentially is an issue. For issues of bilateral or whatever, I wouldn't want to go ahead on that. But all I can assure is that the Chief Minister in his forthcoming meetings with the Honorable Home Minister will try and sort out this issue of e-visa as far as UK is concerned. We will try our level best, because as important that e-visa is to you, the same thing is to us also as a government, because there is the same flow of people we are looking forward to. In terms of MOPA opening up and double in being there, we all are aware, Nilesh also spoke about this, double in has its own restrictions in terms of level, and we cannot go above that. But we are looking at open skies, talking to the Civil Aviation Minister, which I plan doing after 15th of August, meeting him, talking to our Chief Minister, trying to look at the open sky policies where we can have a much bigger, wider range of thoughts, with especially MOPA coming up, and which can channelize much more things when it talks about Goa as a position, or MOPA as a positioning of our airport in terms of civil aviation. A lot of things we'll keep talking, but one thing is what the government has assured, that Dabolim and MOPA both will continue. So on behalf of the Chief Minister, I can at least assure you that from Manohar Parrikar ji to our Dr. Pramod Sawant and the map ahead, that's where we all need to work ahead. Seamless connectivity is a part which is in our domain in terms of IT also. We understand your requirements, and when we talk about Aditya, right? Yeah. Well, Aditya spoke about the hinterland. We have things like projects through IT which will be Har Ghar Fiber. FTTH, Fiber to the Home, is a project coming up which we envisage to the center and the state funds, looking at coming out by 2024. So if we are able to meet up the ends and ensure that these things are there, COVID has had a lot of lessons for all of us. We have realized how important connectivity is. Towers also have their limitations because they exploit only commercial areas. They do not get into the hinterland areas. So we will need to pull the optics right and get into those spaces where only government can come and do it. And that's where we are already, Dr. Pramod Sawant in his budgetary speech also has spoken about the Har Ghar Fiber, which we plan taking ahead in this forthcoming year, which we plan starting in this year itself. 1.5 years is a ballpark figure that we have taken as a target, which will be as a facilitating service to all basic amenities of water, electricity. If we can give it to you in terms of a pipeline, in terms of a connect, why not a fiber? So that thought we are taking ahead in terms of the Chief Minister's vision for Goa in terms of connectivity. So that should clear your doubts in terms of seamless connectivity. There are issues of the aggregators which have been in the past in terms of transportation. We have to understand the dynamics of Goa. It's a small populace. 15 lakh people with transit systems, everybody wishes for the sky, and we also feel everything should be there. But we have to also work on the economics of the state. So keeping a balanced equation and ensuring that things go right. We have already come with Goa Miles. Now we are going one step ahead and trying to get an aggregator on our own, which, as I spoke in my earlier speech, that we are trying to have an inclusive approach. A high-powered committee has been formed under the Honorable Chief Minister, and once the meetings are aligned, before the season starts, I think we should be able to have a headway. We should be able to have a headway as far as the issue of aggregator is concerned. We are very clear. The last Assembly Chief Minister has been very clear, and he has called upon the opposition and the ruling to ensure that small teething issues, politically or apolitically, should not be a hindrance to the thought process of the economic conditions of the state. So I think looking at representatives of all constituencies coming together on board, once the high-powered committee is concerned, especially the coastal MLAs being taken in confidence, the workout plan which will be worked out will be a win-win situation for the industry, government, and the people who are stakeholders, maybe the taxi guys or the rest of them. When it comes to the police, the Chief Minister hates the home department, and already I think instructions have gone in the past that Atiti Deva Bhava has to go in. I think after this, CM may just put a light on this particular part of the police part of it. I'm not going by names, I'm just going by the issues which you guys have shared, because most of them have been common. Ease of doing business, we have already started walking the talk. We have already come with the type of things that industry was looking for long. And right from, if the business person wants to put his time in business, then I think that itself allows us to ensure that governance is taken to your doorstep. So now online is already a service which we have provided. Add to it, we have reduced the paperwork. I think Goa must be, if you can compare all the states in the country which are tourism pro, you will find that Goa must be the number one in terms of ease of doing business to what we have achieved in the tourism sector, and the notification also is coming, which all the industry will be able to use this facility in terms of getting your thoughts right. Cruise terminal is challenging. There are things where under PPP module, an entity is undergoing a change where nautical tourism itself is being given a more focused approach. We intend looking at it at very micro level. We have had meetings with the MPT in the past. We are in touch with them. There are proposals which are happening along to ensure that that whole ecosystem is built up, because it's quite a big industry for the state. We will ensure that whatever teething issues are there, from time to time we will be in touch with you. As far as nautical tourism is concerned, we are also going to hold a meeting specially on the nautical lines post 15th of August, somewhere between 15th and 20th of August, once the CM confirms his time. But between 15th and 20th of that week, before Chaturthi, we propose having this meeting. Once this meeting is aligned, it will give a more detailed approach to touching upon the smaller issues as far as micro level issues of nautical tourism are concerned. Beach management, clean beaches, safe beaches is a mantra which we have already started. And to take it ahead, we know there have been shortfalls in the past as far as cleaning is concerned. We have personally visited it. There are environmental issues also which are not only for Goa per se, but for the whole country or the coastlines and different parts of the world in terms of tar or whatever. But when it comes to cleaning up, we have ensured that the beach cleaning management is done properly. We realize that there are shortfalls, and we realize the need for an integrated policy. A policy where one stakeholder with a consortium is able to give us the theme of clean and safe beaches, whether it's lifeguarding, whether it's beach cleaning, whether it's surveillance, whether it's everything around the beach, including smaller issues where we have the small issues which may be coming to your level or no, but we have put our Director Nikhil also has gone to that level. When we realize there's something called as dead end. A dead end where the Panchayat and the beach cleaning agency both keep putting the onus on each other and the area is not cleaned up. So now this dead end also will be identified and taken into our scope so that we are able to give that particular part of giving clean beaches. We have other constraints which with the Chief Minister we are trying to sort out, broken bottles, all those things which you must be wanting in having in the depth of your mind. When we are looking at responsible tourism, that as the quality of tourists change, the thought changes, and that's exactly we need to start integrating in our plans. Giltree already has spoken about, I think we have covered most of these areas, and skill development is what our friend Vincent has just put a light on. We would again call upon you on the last part of the contribution from the hotel industry on CSR activities. Other than the government facilitating the industry in terms of creating skills, the industry also should take little responsibility of under CSR to start creating your own skilling academies where we can have a MOU with the government and ensure that we are able to create employment opportunities for skilled manpower that the industry would need through this type of initiatives. I think we have covered most of these concerns which were there. Our friend, when I saw him for the first time on a lighter note, I thought the guy from Virgin Atlantic, Mr. Richard Branson, was down. So just on a lighter note. But since you have the thing which you have spoken about port charges and all those things we will take up in the issues when we have noted it down. Secretary Tourism also has noted it down. We will take it up in the discussions when we are taking with the port authorities under the meeting under Honorable CM in our meeting with the under nautical tourism. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. If I may, I just one more intervention. Nobody's touched upon golf tourism during this entire deliberation. Every hotelier's dream, it is for people to stay an extra day. Every hotelier says, I wish my guests would stay more than 3, 4 or 5 nights. If you want people to stay 3, 4, 5, 6 nights, golf tourism is pivotal for that. Actually, not only golf tourism, you also must have your other sea sports and other structured in a good systematic fashion sporting facilities. Both are very important.
I think wellness also, Vikram, tourism. Wellness tourism.
Wellness, we have already started with likes of Anantara coming at Salauli.
Golf is
Also, sir, I just want to
As far as golf is concerned, Alam in his small slide had mentioned it. I thought you all guys have seen it. Right, Alam? Golf tourism is on the cards. We have identified a couple of areas. Once we are able to get you the right, we wouldn't want to be abstract with you. We're quite serious about what we want to take, and we realize that the potential of high-end tourists is under where golf comes in. So we are working on it. Maybe whether it's a 9-hole or 18-hole thing that we are going ahead with is something. It's the run of the mill. We need to start something somewhere. Once something starts, then the next thing can take off very fast. So right now is the first initiative. I think the Chief Minister already is working on these lines. We will come back to you on the golf tourism. My media friends are there. So what happens is everything spoken sometimes becomes difficult for government to digest later.
Sir, may I say something on that? Our hotel was the first in Goa to have a 9-hole golf course that we built in 1990s. We had a Singapore designer who did it for us. So the constraint is that you need over 50 acres of land to have a proper golf course. Now, the easiest way to do it is for the hotels that are there already, existing. If they could get land on either side of their property to expand, that would make it possible to have a golf course, because those areas are not able to be built upon in any case. They're within 200 meters of high tide line. They can't build there. So if the hotels who are having this facility could be allowed to have some more area on either side which are undeveloped, you can easily have a golf course, because you have to have a hotel with a golf course. You can't have a person there and say he's a 5-star golfer, stay in a 3-star hotel. It won't happen. He has to stay in a 5-star hotel also.
He can stay with us. We have a 9-hole golf course.
We're promoting hotels here. This is a good chapter and promoting. Want to mention
Regarding the golf course, we can discuss afterwards in persons also. Our tourism minister, Mr. Konkani, almost covered each and every the point which you had discussed. I think at present we having the connectivity with the airport, which is in 20 locations only we have connected. Once we open the MOPA, I think the more states will also come and the connectivity will happen. That is a plus point. But as the tourism minister said, we are maintaining both the airport. Okay. Again, we are finding that at Dabolim airport also and MOPA airport. Both. That is first. The second, he had already told about the taxi issue. Maximum to maximum another 3 months. Maximum to maximum another 3 months. We are resolving this taxi issue. Okay. We are already promised on the floor of the house also. We are resolving that matter. Okay. Henceforth, there will be not any taxi issue. So that we are empowering for the police also. So that don't worry. Not only about the taxis, but other issues regarding the tourism line. And also the police will take care of that issues. Okay. I think it is an both of us, means the government and tourism industry, will come together. Then only it is possible that the Goa will be one of the best tourism destinations. It's whatever the infrastructure required, we are creating the infrastructures. But as the Rohan said, there is in a partnering manner, either the CSR activity, otherwise the scaling of the manpower. As the Vincent has already started, he is doing at his level. I think all of you should come together and do the skilling of the manpower, especially the many Goan youths. They are ready to join the hotel industry.
So we are already planning in our Majorda Beach Resort for 50
Yes.
and the other, and following the model that we have in our Kerala hotel.
This type of initiatives should be, I think if you are taken, then in future, especially for the health tourism, wellness tourism, as the manpower required, that also you can train. Whatever the support required from the government, we are ready to give you the support for that purpose also.
We definitely work on that. The wellness tourism all over the world progressing so fast that we should not miss that boat.
Yes, now the future is the wellness tourism, as you rightly said. So I think the more and more partners should join us in wellness tourism. For that, as ease of doing the business, everything, the permissions and everything, we are ready to give as fast as possible. So that I think with this we can see the vision. So the Goa will be the capital of India in tourism. So for that purpose, I think all of you should help for the state, whatever there in all supports, because we are with the help of double engine government, we are ready to do the each and everything as infrastructure is ready, and in future also whatever the infrastructure for the interland tourism that is under the pipeline. So definitely it will complete within a short span of time. But the investors, either on the PPP mode, otherwise to invest in the interland, you people should take the initiatives. As you rightly said, in Netravali, it is one of the best destinations. I have visited that. Actually, for the inauguration of the project, I had gone there. It is one of the best destinations. So, if this type of initiatives come from you people, then to explore the interland tourism, adventurous tourism, wellness tourism, that will help for the states. So, once again, we are very much thankful for all of you for this type of coordination with the government. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chief Minister and Honorable Minister. May I now request Director Tourism Shri Nikhil Desai to summarize